Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the online class of English reading writing. My dear students of grade 5. I hope you all will be fine. Here's your teacher Mrs. Naula. Today I'm going to read a short story with the title How Mighty Kate Stopped the Train. As per the genre, it is actually a tall tale. A tall tale is a kind of a story or description that has lots of exaggerations, in which the events and happenings have been described in a way which are actually hard to be believed. Anyhow, we are going to start our lesson with the name How Mighty Kate Stopped the Train. This is lesson number 1 in unit 4. You will find the main text of this story starting from page number 239. Let's begin the reading. Chances are you all have seen a railroad train passing through your neck of the woods. Some of you lucky creatures may have even ridden one once or twice. But this here story takes place back in the days when railroads were still pretty new in the American South. The star of this amazing tale is a young girl that folks around here call Mighty Kate. She got that name at birth on account of how unbelievably strong she was. After the doctor weighed her on a scale, the tiny babe picked up the dog to see how much he weighed. Deeds like that proved just how mighty Kate was, and her nickname stuck like paper to glue. Growing up, Mighty Kate continued to impress her family and neighbors with her great strength. When she went walking through the woods, if a boulder was in her path, she never stepped around it. She just picked up that rock, tossed it aside, and sauntered along her way. Once her pappy's horse and buggy got stuck in a ditch. Mighty Kate stepped in and pulled them both out with just one hand. But let's not get off track from the amazing railroad story you really should hear now. One night, when Mighty Kate was right near 15 years old, a powerful storm struck outside her home. The wind and rain raged so hard that homes shook in fear and trees ran for their lives. From her window, Mighty Kate saw a work train crossing Creek Bridge. Suddenly there was a thunderous crash. The loud noise caused the weeping willows to weep so hard that their tears flooded the entire area. My dear students, this is the continuity of the story on page number 240. Mighty Kate ran outside to see what had happened. The bridge, whipped by the storm, had fallen into the creek. So had the train. Kate grabbed a long vine on a nearby plant and slid down to the crash site. She found two railroad workers trapped under a pile of twisted rails. With one push of her arm, she swept away all that mess. Whoosh! The men were free. She yanked each man up with one hand and ascended the vine back up to land with the other hand. No exaggeration. I reckon you all may be guessing Mighty Kate was done with her heroic deeds for the night, but you would be wrong. She knew the 10:30 local train filled with passengers would soon be rolling through the area. She had to tell workers at the nearest railroad station to hold the train, since the bridge was out. But the station was an hour away by foot. There was no time to waste. My dear students, please proceed to page number 241 for the story. With the wind and rain attacking her, Mighty Kate set out for the train station. Soon she came to River Bridge, which had somehow managed to stay up in the storm. Kate commenced to cross the bridge. Flood waters rushed just beneath her feet. Suddenly she spotted a huge log floating in the river. It was headed straight for the bridge and for Kate. Mighty Kate leaned over the railing. She stood still as if posed for a photograph. As the log was about to strike, Kate grabbed it. She began to wring the wood with her bare hands. Pretty soon, that fat, wet log was nothing but a shriveled twig. After crossing the bridge, Mighty Kate ran straight to the station. When she got there, the passenger train had already left. Kate raced after it along the tracks but couldn't catch up. Then she got an idea. She whistled loudly, so loudly that the engineer heard it and stopped the train. Kate ran up and told him how Creek Bridge was out. The engineer hugged and thanked the brave young girl who had saved the day. And because of Mighty Kate's mighty good idea, today we have whistles on trains to give warnings along the track. My dear students, so far we have completed the reading of the story with the title How Mighty Kate Stopped the Train. During our next online lecture, we will complete words meaning, sentences and comprehension activities. Till then, bye bye. Stay home, stay safe.